Let's begin.
Hey there, everybody. Hope you are having a beautiful morning, and welcome back to Podcast by Mr. B. It is so great to spend this time with you today.
Mr. B, give me your coffee now.
Whoa! Good morning to you too, Anna. But, excuse me?
Give me your coffee. I am tired. I want it.
Anna, you are my friend, but you sound like an evil dictator right now.
A dictator? I am not evil. I am just using English. I learned the vocabulary. Give me coffee. It is correct.
The grammar is correct, but the tone is terrifying. If you speak like that to a waiter, they might spit in your drink.
Oh no. Please don't let them spit in my coffee. But Mr. B, why is it rude? I just translated it directly from my language.
And that is the problem. In many languages, being direct is completely normal. But in English, direct translation often sounds very bossy.
Bossy? Like a bad manager?
Exactly. So today, our topic is how to sound polite. Stop sounding rude in English.
I need this lesson. My goal is to be a sweet, polite angel, not an evil dictator.
That's a great goal. We are going to learn the magic words that make English speakers smile.
Magic words? Like abracadabra?
Not quite. Let's start with your coffee problem. Rule number 1, stop saying I want.
Stop saying I want? But what if I want something?
I want sounds like a child demanding a toy. I want candy. I want a toy.
Oh, I want a coffee sounds like a baby?
Yes. Instead, we use a softer phrase. We say, I would like.
I would like. That sounds very fancy.
It is very standard. I would like a coffee, please.
I would like a coffee, please. Oh, I feel like a polite angel already.
Perfect. You can also make it a question. Could I get or can I have?
Ah, could I get a coffee, please?
Exactly. You are asking them, not ordering them. Could I get a sandwich, please?
Can I have a pizza, please?
Short and clear. The waiter will be very happy. No spitting.
Good. Okay, what is next? I am ready for more magic.
Rule number 2. How to say no.
I know how to say no. You just say no.
Let's practice. Anna, I'm having a birthday party this weekend. Do you want to come?
No, I will not come.
Ouch. Anna, you just broke my heart.
But I am busy. I have to wash my hair.
That's fine, but a direct no sounds very aggressive in English. We have to soften the blow.
Soften the blow. Make it hurt less. Got it. How do I do that?
First, you say something positive, like, I'd love to,
I'd love to.
and then you add the magic word, but. I'd love to, but I can't.
Oh, I'd love to, but I can't. That is so nice. It means I want to go, but the universe is stopping me.
Exactly. Let's try again. Anna, do you want to get lunch today?
I'd love to, but I'm very busy.
Perfect. My feelings are not hurt. Another great phrase is, I wish I could, but...
I wish I could, but I have to wash my hair.
Yes, it sounds much better than, no, I will not come.
This is easy. Hide the no behind a smile.
Now, for the most dangerous situation. Rule number 3, telling someone they are wrong.
Oh, I love this part. You are wrong. You made a mistake. You are bad at your job.
Anna, but if you say that at work, you will be fired immediately.
But what if they are actually wrong? What if John sent the wrong report?
You can't just attack John. In English, we try not to point fingers. We focus on the problem, not the person.
Give me an example.
Instead of saying, you made a mistake, you say, there might be a mistake.
There might be a mistake. Oh, I see. The mistake just magically appeared. John didn't do it.
Exactly. It's a little white lie to be polite.
What else can I say?
Instead of saying, you are wrong, say, actually, I think.
Actually, I think the report is missing a page.
Perfect. Or you can pretend that you're the confused one.
Play dumb?
Yes. Say, I might be wrong, but...
I might be wrong, but I think 2 + 2 is 4, John.
That's a bit sarcastic, but yes. I might be wrong, but I think the meeting is at 3 p.m., not 2 p.m.
That is very gentle. John will not cry today.
John is safe. Okay, we have one more rule. Rule number 4, asking for help.
I usually say, help me.
Again, a dictator.
Help me, please. Better?
A little, but help me is still an imperative. It's a command. You need to ask a question.
Can you help me?
That's good, but if you want to sound incredibly natural and polite, use this phrase. Could you do me a favor?
Could you do me a favor? Oh, I hear this in movies all the time.
Yes, it prepares the person. It tells them, I'm going to ask for help now.
Could you do me a favor? Can you hold my coffee?
Exactly. Another great phrase is, could you give me a hand?
Could you give me a hand? My real hand?
No, not physical body parts. Give me a hand just means help me.
Mr. B, could you give me a hand with this heavy box?
Short and clear. I would be happy to help you.
Because I asked like an angel.
Because you stopped sounding like a robot dictator.
This is amazing. I'm going to be the most polite person in the office.
I believe it. But before you go out there, we need to make sure you remember these. It's time for the quick review.
Yes, let's lock the magic words in my brain.
Listeners, practice with us. Speak out loud.
Repeat after us. Be sweet.
Phrase 1. Instead of I want, say I would like a coffee, please.
I would like a coffee, please.
Phrase 2. Instead of a direct no, say I'd love to, but I can't.
I'd love to, but I can't.
Phrase 3. Instead of you are wrong, say actually, I think there might be a mistake.
Actually, I think there might be a mistake.
Phrase 4. Instead of help me, say could you do me a favor?
Could you do me a favor?
And phrase 5. To ask for help naturally. Could you give me a hand?
Could you give me a hand?
You guys sound wonderful. Very polite.
We sound like proper ladies and gentlemen.
Now it's time for the practice challenge.
The politeness challenge.
Yes. Listeners, imagine you were at work. Your coworker is very slow. You need them to send you an email.
Ooh, I would normally say, send me the email right now.
Exactly. Your challenge is to turn that rude command into a polite question.
Fix the dictator sentence.
Write your polite version in the comments below. How do you ask for the email nicely?
We will read every comment and give you a politeness score.
So, Anna, you are polite now. You know how to make small talk. You can understand fast English.
I am basically perfect.
Almost. But yesterday, you tried to tell me a story about your weekend, and you lost my attention in 5 seconds.
What? It was a good story. I found a cool rock on the ground.
You gave too many boring details. Next episode, we're going to learn how to tell a story in English. Keep people listening.
Oh, wow. So people will actually pay attention to me?
We will teach you the secret structure of a great story.
I can't wait. Mr. B, I'd love to stay and chat, but I have to go drink my coffee.
Very polite exit, Anna. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Bye, angels.